Welcome to the Central Prairie Co-op podcast, your go-to source for all things agriculture. Each week, we bring you expert insights, market trends, and real stories from the field. Whether you're a seasoned producer or joining us for the first time, there is something here for you. So, grab a coffee and let's dive into the business of agriculture from the ground up. Good morning and welcome to the Central Prairie Co-op podcast. I'm your host, Mandy Lyons, and we're going to make this a quick update because we know everyone is out there harvesting and we don't want to take up too much of your time. So Mike Corbus, our CEO, is here to give us just a couple of updates.
Yes, thank you, Mandy. I'll keep this to one topic this time, so just for time's sake. But I did want to go ahead and announce that we will be closing the Little River Agronomy Hub. Some time ago, Central Prairie Co-op acquired a property east of Little River, a little bit north too, and it was developed into an additional agronomy hub and feed products hub as well. Well, at the time, it represented what seemed like a promising opportunity for growth and for a very reasonable investment. But I think we all know with any new venture, it does take time to determine whether that's going to succeed long term, and there's certainly always some risk involved. Actually, I think nationwide, it's always been said that 80% of all new business ventures fail, so there is certainly always risk to be considered. And despite the excellent service and dedication our staff provided at that location, I know there was a lot of work put in there. It became clear that the hub continues to generate an annual financial loss for the cooperative, and it's not likely to become very profitable in the future, actually at all. And for that reason, we did make the difficult decision to close that location, and we are going to sell the property, house, and outbuildings. But I also want to tell everyone it's important to note that the Little River grain and fuel locations will remain fully operational and unchanged. I want to make sure everybody understands that we do value the Little River community and certainly appreciate the opportunity we have to serve as part of it. And we are going to continue to seek ways of adding value for our producers, such as the partnership we accomplished with Purefield and the introduction of a premium wheat market for our producers there. So I'll talk a little bit more about why we're closing it. To start with, the general overhead expenses were quite high, and there are limited market opportunities for growth in that area, so that's been some key challenges. But what's even more challenging, or has been, is that location required moving application equipment and products long distances at unsustainable costs. So some of that equipment typically runs $500,000 each, and not necessarily feasible to drive those long distances. The hub did not have any spray rigs or dry fertilizer spreaders stationed there, and the level of business that was historically conducted from that site just simply could not justify probably, I'd say, $1.5 million or so just to equip the property and staff it for the future. So with that, let me talk about what's next. The sale proceeds we will reinvest into our other agronomy and feed service areas. The chemical tanks relocated to strengthen operations at probably Bushton and Sterling hubs. The scale there, I think we'll likely repurpose that to improve some turnaround times at one of our grain locations. I think we've got a couple of ideas there. I also want to mention that Ken Schmucker, who's been great at that location, he's going to continue to serve patrons across our territory. He'll focus primarily on feed, and that's where his expertise is widely respected by a lot of folks. Feed products and the cattle cube hopper from that Little River location will be strategically relocated to make sure that we have convenient access for patrons. So I'll close with this. It's never easy, obviously, to close a location or the operations there, but the decision does reflect our commitment to sound financial management on behalf of our membership. Like I said, it's unfortunate, but if you have something that fails to return and becomes an expense, it is our responsibility to make sure that we allocate assets properly and ensure the financial well-being of our cooperative. So I appreciate everybody's understanding, and as always, if there's any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. You can reach me at the office, of course, by phone or in person. And I want to thank everybody for their continued trust and support. It's always a privilege to serve everyone, and although the news may not always be upbeat and exciting, sometimes these are things we have to do, but there are other good things coming as well, and we'll keep you posted as that happens. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. And thank you all for joining us for this special edition of the Central Prairie Co-op podcast, where we talk all things ag from the ground up.